Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to week 1 flip through of Finding Hope Challenge. Now, this is a challenge that I started with my friend who created all of this, Natalie Bowers, and she created a lot of the digital files that I'm using in my book. So I did videos on day 1 and 2 and setting up my book. These are the prompts that we're going to be using. So this is day 1 with colors, and I just sort of drew, put in my favorite colors in here. And then the quote from day 1 says, "We dream in colors borrowed from the sea." And I just wrote a little note about my favorite colors and how they bring me hope. And then day 2, excuse me, sorry about that. Day 2 was about places. And of course my favorite place is the beach and church. But then I also made a little booklet and some paper and a little washi tape that I had to write about my other favorite places in here. And on this page I just put a strip of paper, and this says, hope is like a road in the country. That was never road, but when many people walk it, the road comes into existence. So then day 3, this is not day 3, actually this is just a page that I decided to decorate. This was a beautiful embellishment that was created for me by Lori Seabrook. Hi Lori. And then this was a little strip of pearls that was given to me by Betsy, who is Rebecca Creates. And then I just love this page, and I didn't want to put anything else on it, so I put Hope, Whisper to My Soul. And then on day 3 was people, and this is what I did for my day 3. I used both sides, and I love this. I found this little button banner that said Hope on it in the Dollar Tree stickers that I have. And so I just used one of the little cutouts from the line, the digital papers. And then I used these little sequin shells that were gifted to me by Betsy. They're actually in my embellishment box that she made for me. And so I put, for people like my family, of course my brother, my sister, my daughter, my grandchildren, my friends from here, from home, my crafty friends, which my YouTube. You guys are just as important to me. You all are my friends, my family, my church family, and my little township group that I play on my tablet. I've gotten real close with them, and actually some of them are my YouTube family too. And then my pastor and his wife. And then I just decorated this page here. I actually used this, not that one, isn't that? I actually used this stamp set by May, and this little vine right here just kind of reminded me of sea kelp. And then I took this little leaf right here, and I just stamped it in many different ways, just to create some seagrass or something. And then at the top, since the topic is people, I stamped "Some people, like flowers, give pleasure just by being," and by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And then I wrote this: "Friends and family bring me hope. They help me through this world and I cope. They are special, each and every one. I pray they see their appreciation for all they've done. Remember that never let go of people you love. They are a special blessing from God above." And then here's a quote from the kit that I have, the digital kit by Natalie Bowers. It says, "The ocean stirs the heart, inspires the imagination, and brings eternal joy to the soul." So that is day 3. Day 4 was sounds. Now what I did to create this layout, I had this paint, the Caribbean blue, and then this one, which is called Beachcomber Beige. And I just put some on a little piece of wax paper, and I balled up a piece of aluminum foil, and I just dipped the foil in here just to create this background. Then I actually used this planning kit from the Dollar Tree, and I decorated a lot of this page and the next pages. But I made a little tabby out of a punch out that I had in my stash, and I added the word sounds because this day was about sounds that brought you hope. And then I had this little sticker pack. I don't know where it went. It fell. Anyway, from the Dollar Tree that says hope anchors the soul. And then I just used the little things in here to punch out, and it says the sounds that bring me hope: a new baby's cry and children's laughter, waves crashing on the sand, hearing Meemaw called out. That's what my grandchildren call me. Church bells ring out a song, music, wind chimes. And over here I put the ice cream truck, and then I have a little sticker from another planner that I have the ice cream here. I love the music from the ice cream truck. It's one of the favorite sounds. It reminds me of my childhood. Rain on a tin roof. My grandmother had an old farmhouse and had a tin roof on it. And when it rained, I don't know what was so comforting about that sound, but it really was. And then crickets chirping at night. Y'all, you have to live in the country to appreciate that. But I love the sound of crickets. Waterfalls, mountain streams, and then little birds singing. And I put this quote on the bottom: hope is like a bird who senses the dawn and carefully starts to sing while it is still dark. So that is, people is my day 3. Day 4 was scents, like things you smell. And of course flowers. And y'all know this had to be on here. Fresh brewed coffee. Krispy Kreme donuts. Y'all, I can't eat them, but I love to smell Krispy Kreme donuts. It just brings back so many memories of childhood. When we would go to the beach, we didn't have a Krispy Kreme here. Or we would go to Charlotte, and we would stand there with our noses pressed up against the glass watching the hot, fresh donuts roll off the little rack there, and they would always give the kids a free donut. Oh, precious memories. Jasmine perfume, because it brings me hope, but it brings me joy, because that was my mom's favorite scent. And so when I smell jasmine, I think about my mother, and I'm hopeful because I know one day I'll see her again. Salty air at the beach. I don't know how to describe that, but it's just a smell. It's just wonderful. And then fresh popcorn. Who doesn't like to smell fresh popcorn? But those are some of my favorite scents. And again, on this page, it was so pretty, I didn't want to do much to it. I glued one of the sequin seashells. And on this page, I basically just inked it with, I think I used broken china and Victorian velvet, just to tie the colors in on this page. And I just put some quotes up here. The voice of the sea speaks to the soul, and to find a seashell is to discover a world of imagination. Just because of all the shells and stuff down there. Okay, so the next day, which was day 6, is music. Now, I could have taken up this whole book writing about music and how much important it is to me and how it brings me hope. But I wrote, music stirs my soul and brings hope to my life. And this was a piece of paper that I, actually a piece of cardstock that had music on here. And I just tore it out and inked the edges in the blue so it would go with this. And over here, I just drew by hand some musical notes and things. And I put these 2 quotes. Hope is a thing with feathers that reaches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all, by Emily Dickinson. And then down here, I had to put this quote by Van Morrison. Hark now, hear the sailor's cry, smell the sea and feel the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly into the mystic. Because, you know, I like me some Van Morrison. But what I did was, I cut these tags out that were in the kit and wrote down my favorite music or my favorite my favorite songs. So I did that. And so I just kept it really simple. But this is music. Music is an important part of my life. I mean, I like country music, and I might go back and add some of that, but I like country music, Most of the music I listen to, however, is contemporary Christian music, but Amazing Grace has to be my favorite song. And yeah, and I liked old Southern rock and roll, like the Doobie Brothers and Boston and Journey and all those. Air Supply. Really dating myself now. Okay, and so day 7 was spring. And I used, again, most of these out of here. Kind of kept with the blue theme since my journal is mostly the blues and stuff, pinks and stuff. So here I just got a little banner off the kit and wrote spring. And then the little butterfly. And then this is a frame that was on there and I just stuck a picture in there. But then I wrote, when hope is hungry, everything feeds it. And I think about spring, everything is like reborn. It's just new. And that's what I wrote. Spring brings new life, which brings hope with each and every bud. And then I just put You Want More Sunshine, and I just put some little flowers on here. Not a lot. Then I put the smells, the sound, the sea turns the world bright with spring. So that's my first 7 days in my journal. I have not done today's yet, but I'm so glad I put a tie on it because it is getting chunky.